Hello, my name is Anthony Lamas, and today I'm very excited to share the work I've done on the human interest contribution page. My goal was to create a user-friendly and intuitive interface so that users can effectively manage and visualize their retirement savings account. All right, so here we have the website. Here we have all the features: projected savings graph, we have a contribution rate, changeable by fixed amount or percentage, and we have a year-to-date contributions and a contribution history. We can see that the savings projections assume a 3% inflation and 7% annual return. And this user decided to set his retirement age to 65. We can see that the current plan is denoted by the blue line, and the green line denotes the proposed plan. As we move the slider, we can see that the green line gets updated accordingly. As we can see, the difference in these two plans are negative $472,000, $254. With the proposed plan as opposed to the current plan. If we were to update the contribution 13%, it's going to give us a success message, and the fixed amount is going to be changed. We can see that 375 is 13%, and if we want to update this to 500, we can see that the percent gets updated accordingly. Now, the user cannot input negative values, nor can they input values larger than 100, and here the users cannot contribute more than 100% of their paycheck, nor can they contribute negative values. Thank you. All right. I'm going to dive a little bit into the tech stack I use. For the front end, I use React and Vite, and I use Mantine UI to maintain style throughout the front end. Vite I chose because it was just the quickest option. It's industry standard at this point. The API is built on Node.js and Express, I chose these because it's scalable and it allows for type safety throughout the system. For the database, I use SQLite, which is locally run on a file, and that's the reason I chose it. And it's managed by Prisma ORM, and the reason for that is I wanted to ensure type safety throughout the system and prevent runtime errors, make sure that no errors got propagated through to the back end. And then the application follows a client-server architecture. So I decoupled the front end and the back end, and I ensured that the business logic remained secure on the back end and didn't compute any logic on any malware that could have reached through the front end to the back end. And I think that this is very useful because in a client server, the communication is managed a lot more properly, and we can ensure type safety in a much better manner through this. Now, for future vision, I think there's two key things I would love to implement. The first is I really want to increase customer knowledge of best practices for 401ks, and I think there's two ways you could do that. The first is to have a fine-tuned LLM that is well-versed in 401k best practices. And the second is by adding some more info modules that tell the user and help them make a more informed decision. And the second one is I would love to have a goal-based planning system that would allow a user to set a goal, and they can set their target retirement income, and the system would calculate the necessary contribution rate to hit that goal, so that it's a lot easier for the user to understand what it is they need to contribute to reach their retirement goals. In conclusion, I'm very thankful for this opportunity, and I thank you very much for your time. I'm proud of what I've done here. It's scalable, and I feel like it's very user-friendly and technically sound, and I look forward to answering any questions you might have. Thank you.